Hi, welcome to today's PEP Talk KISS. Keep it simple, silly. I recognize that I am taking liberties with that acronym. However, I believe that you know me well enough to know that I would not use the original version of that. It's February, and this is the time of year when many people begin to feel a little less excited about the goals that they set for themselves on January 1st. If you are one of those people, I have some words of encouragement for you today. Keep it simple, silly. I believe that setting goals for yourself is a very healthy thing to do. I also recognize that many times people set goals, particularly New Year's resolutions, that can be a bit daunting a few weeks into working on trying to attain that goal. So I thought today we could talk about some ways to make that a little more simple and break those goals down into maybe smaller, more attainable goals so that they don't feel as overwhelming and maybe so you don't feel as discouraged, and so that hopefully you won't just completely abandon the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year. Even if you're someone who doesn't do New Year's resolutions, if you have some goals that you would like to set for yourself, hopefully these tips will help you in attaining those goals. So if somebody was wanting to save more money, and let's say they set the goal for themselves that they want to save an additional $500 every month, that is a great goal. However, for many people, that might be a bit daunting in thinking about how they're going to carve out an additional $500 to save each month. And so breaking that down into smaller pieces might feel a little bit more attainable. For example, if they are somebody who likes to have the foo-foo drinks at Starbucks, maybe they could cut down from 5 of those beverages a week to maybe 2 or 1. And then take the money that they typically would spend on those coffees or those drinks and put it into an account or put it into a jar to save. Or if it's somebody who eats out maybe 3 or 4 or more times a week, setting a goal of eating out maybe 2 or 3 times a week and then actually preparing foods at home or bringing lunch to work would be another way of breaking that goal into a smaller, more attainable goal. Let's say there's somebody who is very critical. Maybe they're critical of themselves and they're critical of other people. And their New Year's resolution was, I will not have any more critical thoughts and I will not say anything critical ever again. And again, that's a great goal. I love that goal. However, it's probably not very realistic. We are human beings and we are probably going to have negative thoughts at times. However, again, breaking that down into something smaller and something more attainable, such as a gratitude journal where they write down what they're grateful for every day. Or maybe it is listing off 3 things every day that they like about themselves, or making the goal of complimenting somebody every day. And then it's working up from there so that the more that they're thinking positive thoughts, the more that they're saying positive things, then the more that becomes a part of who they are. And then there's the example of the person who's wanting to eat healthier and wanting to be more physical. Maybe they set the goal for themselves that they're going to work out an hour every day, 7 days a week, and they're going to start eating paleo. Again, great goals. However, if it's somebody who doesn't work out and maybe somebody who's eating out for most of their meals, that's probably going to feel very overwhelming and maybe even a little unattainable once they start working on that goal. Again, breaking that down into something that's a little more manageable, such as maybe if there's somebody who drinks pop, maybe they replace 1 pop with a water. If they are somebody who eats donuts for breakfast or has a bagel every morning for breakfast, maybe replacing that with an omelet or a green smoothie. Maybe it's simply adding in vegetables and having maybe a serving of vegetables with a meal and then working up to the recommended 5 servings of vegetables a day. And if there's somebody who doesn't work out at all, maybe it's starting off with just simply working out for 5 minutes a day. Now, some people will say, oh, Jackie, what's the point? It's only 5 minutes. That's not even worth doing. It is worth doing, because if you haven't been doing anything at all, it's 5 minutes more than what you were doing before. It's also very attainable, and it's something that you can build upon. The technique that works best in achieving goals is making it attainable and then just working up to bigger goals. So you set smaller ones, again, maybe working out 5 minutes a day, working up to a goal of maybe 30 minutes a day, and then if you want to work that up to maybe an hour a day. Every step that we take is a step forward. And if we get so overwhelmed with the goal that we set for ourselves and we abandon it completely, then what's the point? And even if it takes you 6 months to get to the goal, the original goal that you set, but it takes you six months to get there by achieving smaller goals along the way, at least you're there. And if you start off and you're so overwhelmed by it that you abandon it completely and you don't attain the goal, then those 6 months are going to go by anyway. So why not at least be doing a little small baby step so that you're working up to that bigger goal for yourself? Because it's still moving you in the direction of you achieving that ultimate goal. I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. And please do one thing today that's very purposeful to attain true PEP for life. Being sure to keep it simple, silly.